Social media impressions do not equate to television ratings, and they damn sure don't translate to ticket sales. The media can continue framing this narrative that Angel Reese is driving the WNBA's growth, but once again, we have data that proves Angel Reese is not a draw.
Social media impressions are not TV ratings, and they damn sure don't translate to ticket sales. But here we are watching media outlets push a narrative like it's gospel, acting like Angel Reese is single-handedly driving the WNBA's growth. Really, because once again, the data tells a very different story. Angel Reese was hyped as the savior, the one who'd bring sold-out arenas, rating spikes, and a new golden era to women's basketball. But here's what actually happened. Ticket sales just dropped harder than her lashes in the fourth quarter. The league treated her like she was Beyoncé in a headband. Turns out, nobody showed up. So why is the WNBA still acting like she's the golden goose? Did no one stop to check the receipts? Because what's happening behind the scenes? It's funnier than a missed layup in an empty arena. And unfortunately for Angel Reese, she's not just struggling in the stands. She's dead last in shooting efficiency. I'm talking 30th in the league with a true shooting percentage of just 46.4%. This ain't about hate, it's about facts. Angel Reese, the self-declared it girl of the WNBA, has somehow managed...
it's a shooting efficiency list. Unfortunately for Angel Reese, she's dead ass last, and I'm not kidding you. In this list of players,
WNBA has somehow managed to secure more merch drops than wins, and more TikTok dances than ticket sales. If delusion was a stat, she'd be an MVP. Every game feels less like a competitive battle, and more like a tryout for a new sponsorship. Let's give credit where it's due. Her PR team deserves a championship ring. They've kept the hype alive longer than her fourth quarter motor. But while Angel continues to market herself as the future of women's basketball, her most loyal fan base might just be her reflection. I mean, when it comes to women around the league who actually perform, a lot of them are starting to take issue with the glamour without the grind act. Because here's the reality. Missing 455 layups and collecting 500 rebounds doesn't make you elite. It just makes you busy.
I'm talking about certain women around the league that have a problem with this girl performing at the level that she does. Instead of being on social media and be like, look at me, Barbie, and not putting no work in, missing 455 layups and receiving 500 and some fucking rebounds doesn't make you good. Sitting on a fucking TV and being like, I understand you guys watch basketball. It's not just for her. It's also me. Me, you know, you watch me miss my layups. I got packed stadium.
It's the delusion for me. TV spots, glam reels talking about, look at me, Barbie. All while giving us highlight tapes filled with clanked layups and awkward post-game shade. Let's address the elephant-sized ego in the room. Angel Reese was billed as the WNBA's box office queen, the walking headline, the drama magnet, the social media darling. But when you check the numbers, ticket sales are flatter than her post-game interviews. The buzz. It fizzled faster than a warm Sprite. She's dodging questions like defenders. And the truth is, she's barely moving the needle. Now compare that to Caitlin Clark, same rookie class, similar college fame. But here's the difference. Clark's game actually translates. She's shooting 33% from 3, 13th in the league. She's 4th in two-point field goal percentage. She's a threat from anywhere on the floor. She's
on the flip side, Chicago Sky's Angel Reese found herself at the very bottom of the list, sitting at 30th, with a true shooting percentage of just 46.4%. The contrast between the two rookies, both with massive college followings and major fan bases, ignited strong reactions online. Clark's game has translated well to the pros. Her shooting from deep remains a threat, 33.9% from beyond the arc. She was 13th in the league, while her mid-range and inside games are just as effective. She ranked 4th in two-point field goal percentage.
She's Steph Curry with a ponytail. Meanwhile, Angel's biggest moment? A preseason homecoming at LSU that turned into a ghost town. No fireworks, no sellout, not even a half-full crowd. You could have hosted a yoga retreat in there. Angel walked in like it was prom night, only to find out nobody wanted to dance. Even the cardboard cutouts looked bored. This is your superstar? The one we were told is revolutionizing the league? Let's not pretend that was a one-off either. Look at the upcoming matchup, Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. 2 rookies, 2 big names. On paper, it's a box office clash, except fans aren't coming for Angel, they're coming for Caitlin Clark. Like it's Black Friday and she's the last flat screen on the shelf. Ticket sales are exploding, and not a single person is like, oh wow, can't wait to see Angel Reese set a moving screen tonight. Let's be real. Reese has heart. She's a hustler. She'll grab a double-double off pure effort. But the jumper? Still broken.
Vintage.
The efficiency?
Is your star? This is who the media claims is elevating the WNBA. This is who the media has spent the last year wasting time trying to convince us that Angel Reese is responsible for elevating the dump. The same Angel Reese that could not sell out home games when she was at LSU. The same Angel Reese that struggled to sell tickets last year with the Chicago Bravado. The same Angel Reese that could not give away free tickets to her immaculate homecoming a couple of weeks ago at LSU. You're trying to convince me she is responsible for the growth of the WNBA?
The efficiency? Not there. The star power? Manufactured. Deep down, Angel knows it. You can see it in every forced smile, every side eye, every deflection when the word Clark gets mentioned. Reporters ask about Caitlin, and Angel hits them with the "did someone say something?" Energy, the silence is deafening. The insecurity? Palpable. The pettiness? Off the charts. If eye rolls were points, she'd be averaging a triple-double. She's treating Clark like Voldemort in a headband, she who must not be named. What's next? Scheduling root canals whenever Indiana's in town? We saw it in the first 2 preseason games.
Angel Reese has a monster motor, and she'll gobble up double-doubles just off effort. But what I really like to see is her putting in work on her jumper, because Barbie getting buckets is going to be a real problem.
Preseason games, and then again in the latest one. Same Angel Reese, same stat line, same struggle. And the Chicago Sky? Bless their hearts, they've been trying so hard to spin this into a marketable moment, but it's giving please clap energy. Awkward promo shoots. Hashtags that aged like warm milk. The PR machine is grinding over time, but the fans, they're tuning out. Unless, of course, Caitlin Clark is involved. Clark gets elbowed in a preseason game, and the WNBA explodes. Mainstream media coverage.
She seek that attention, right? And another thing is, it's obvious she's jealous of Caitlin. Every interview, every tweet, everything is about Caitlin. I haven't yet to see Caitlin even respond to her yet. Have y'all?
No.
So when you asking me like, yo, I get it, everybody's watching women's basketball now, who's the real reason? Well, yes, you are right. Reese has a small amount of that, right? But the other real credit goes to Caitlin, not just because what she's doing outside the court and she's waving her hand, doing all that. It's because she's giving buckets in basketball, right? And she looks like Steph Curry. And that's simple.
Mainstream media coverage, national headlines, jersey sales through the roof. Meanwhile, Angel's game looks like a highlight reel of missed layups and sassy claps. She's elite at one thing, Twitter beef. And here's the thing, she HE. And here's the thing, she had a choice. She could have embraced the rivalry. She could have leaned in, played it up, become part of something bigger than herself. Instead, she went full petty, avoiding eye contact, ducking questions, acting above it all. That's not a flex. That's a fumbled PR bag with full glam. While Clark smashes records, Angel's out here playing emotional dodgeball. When asked about her jumper,
consistency and being confident, and just being efficient, and just being able to be myself. And like I was saying, like not worrying about anything else but me, and just trusting the process. It's not going to happen overnight. Like, don't be expecting me to come down and shoot 6-7 threes a night. Like, obviously that's what I'm working on, but like.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you.
asked
move on to
about her
Zoom.
jumper, Reese said not to expect 6 or 7 threes a night. Well, no worries there, we haven't seen one yet. Let's bring it full circle. Last year, Angel Reese stood on a stage and said people weren't just watching women's basketball for one player. Fast forward a year, asked the same question, she hit him with a next question, and that tells you everything. Because make no mistake, this is Caitlin Clark's league now. And Angel Reese could have been a co-star. But instead of building the moment, she built a wall of denial. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between being famous and being great. And let's not forget the preseason circus. That magical time when the WNBA went all in on rebranding Angel Reese as the second coming of sliced bread. Only with more glitter, more buzzwords, and hashtags that read like they were written by a marketing intern, trapped in a TikTok algorithm. The league pulled out all the stops. Flashy promos, magazine covers, morning show appearances, brand collabs, and what felt like a never-ending stream of glowing think pieces calling her the future of women's basketball. It was a full-blown media coronation, before she ever proved she could consistently contribute at the pro level. There were interviews scripted to feel like inspiration, but really sounded more like overproduced sales pitches. Commercials that felt less about basketball and more about building a personality cult. The camera didn't follow the game, it followed the image. While other rookies like Caitlin Clark were grinding through camp and showcasing polished skill sets, Angel Reese was front and center in the WNBA's PR machine, with the league practically screaming, "Look, our next superstar!" But here's the uncomfortable truth. The on-court production never caught up to the off-court packaging. While Reese was being branded as the league's face, her actual basketball performance didn't back it up. You can't manufacture greatness with a hashtag. You can't inflate shooting percentages with a press release. And you definitely can't build a franchise on empty seats and underwhelming stat lines. The disconnect between the marketing push and the actual fan interest is glaring. Despite all the attention, ticket sales remained stagnant. Social engagement was high, sure, but real-world turnout? Crickets. It became obvious that the hype wasn't translating to viewership or in-person excitement. You'd think the league would adjust. Instead, they doubled down, like a gambler refusing to admit they bet wrong. And in doing so, the WNBA...
Preseason Part 2, let's get it! What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! She's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is. Bang! Out to McDonald's, sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man. What is this junk? Bang!
So. It's not that she doesn't have potential. It's that potential was treated like fulfillment. Think about it. During training camp and preseason, Angel Reese wasn't just being covered by the media, she was being centered. Every Instagram story, every TikTok clip, every WNBA-sponsored post put her front and center. The actual basketball was almost an afterthought. Even the official league channels focused more on what she was wearing to the game than how she played in the game. And when the numbers started coming in, low shooting percentages, limited offensive versatility, defensive lapses, the league didn't adjust the narrative. They just ignored it. Kept posting highlights of her rebounds, her stare downs, her walk-ins, as if branding could replace production. Meanwhile, players like Caitlin Clark were dropping dimes, stretching the floor, and elevating their teammates. And yet the coverage remained fixated on Reese's celebrity rather than her skill. It's a classic case of mistaking visibility for value. Yes, Angel Reese is famous. Yes, she trends on social media. But does that fame convert to sold-out arenas? Does it elevate her team? Does it deliver competitive basketball that grows the league? So far, the answer is no. This approach also insults the basketball IQ of WNBA fans, many of whom have followed the league through its lean years, supporting players who grinded in silence without a fraction of the spotlight Reese receives. When the league prioritizes aesthetic over authenticity, it alienates its core supporters, the ones who care about defense, playmaking, growth, and grit. They don't want hype. They want hoops. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The more the league over-promotes Angel Reese without her delivering on the court, the more pressure it puts on her to live up to an image she didn't fully control. The more that brand inflates, the harder it's going to crash if results don't follow. That's not just unfair to fans, it's unfair to Reese. It sets her up as a marketing messiah before she's even found her pro footing. Contrast that with Caitlin Clark. Her popularity grew because she kept proving it. From 40-foot threes to double-digit assists, she didn't need a campaign. She was the campaign. The fans came to her because the game demanded it. She moved the needle through performance, not PR. So when the WNBA keeps forcing Angel Reese into the spotlight while players like Clark, Boston, or even Camila Cardoso quietly do the work, it creates a credibility gap. Fans see it, players see it, and eventually that gap becomes a rift. The lesson: you can't reverse engineer greatness. You can't build legends through lifestyle branding. And you definitely can't market your way around missed layups, poor spacing, and defensive breakdowns. The WNBA thought it could skip steps, that it could anoint a star instead of letting one emerge. But the game has rules, and no PR team can rewrite them.